The fantasy genre is a hit or miss with people. As much as there is a cult-like following to the genre, there are people that simply can't get with the whole non-isekai swords and magic shtick. Helck is the epitome of this genre. The show already has 6 episodes at the time of this video, yet has somewhat slipped under the radar. So I thought I'd throw in my 2 cents about the story before it gets brought to light and possibly blows up later. One of the first things I like about the story is that instead of the narrator going on a minute-long exposition dump on the world's civilization, you're immediately pushed into the setting. A man fighting a demon in a Colosseum-like arena. Meet Helck, the human goofball gargantuan, competing in a demon-kind tournament that decides who is to be the next demon lord to pledge his loyalty to the race. He outright says that he hates humans and his goal is to destroy them. And a heavenly demon king doesn't trust him because he's human. As the journey unfolds, you are on this adventure with them. You suspect something is up with Helck just as much as Anne does, but after each generous act to people he quickly befriends, your suspicions are raised even more. What did the humans do to piss him off and cause this heel turn? With the tournament on pause due to mysterious winged soldiers invading a nearby castle, the remaining tournament contenders are tasked with reclaiming it, and the person that takes down the enemy leader becomes the new demon lord. However, the winged soldiers are in fact humans, and the leader is an old friend of Helck's.
Are we the baddies?
The soldiers are all under the influence of a large-scale awakening spell that can incrementally raise their strength levels to that of Helck's in due time. Then things really go to shit when Helck and Anne are later caught in a transportation spell sent to a remote island far away from the demon continent. This is where my interest in the story truly peaked. 2 polar opposites are left with no choice but to bond with one another and converge onwards to their common goal of returning to their homeland for the sake of the demon race. In my teenage years, the idea of broadening my taste in the anime manga media to me was watching 2 new anime in a year, taking a glance at the titles of promising anime I knew I was never going to watch, before going back to a binge repeat of battle shonen in the wait for the new episodes. This left me with a crazy stockpile of manga and anime that just kept building and building. One gem in the manga pile was Helck. It took me a while, but once I picked it up, it did not take long for me to curse at my own procrastination, because this story is epic. Action, adventure, gags, thought-provoking scenario. Why is Helck so strong? Why are demons so welcome to a human like him? Why is Helck so friendly? You'll soon find out that the story is not going to give you all these answers straight away. While some may find this type of storytelling exhausting, others will enjoy it. Honestly, this is the type of stuff that I live for. Despite his looks and reputation, Helck is kind-hearted and seriously naive, who always tries to remain positive in every situation he's in. This naturally raises doubt in your mind given what you already know about him early on in the story. Still, you will begin to warm to Helck so much that it will cut deep when you find out about his backstory. At the same time, that left me with newfound respect for him and brings me back to the constant theme of the show he represents. Never break or fold at the face of hardship. Anne is the perfect polar opposite, at first not trusting him at all. If you're invested in the story, you'll share the same wavering sentiments towards Helck throughout the story. Pee-wee, well, he's just this show's talkable Pikachu, talking mascot or pet. You'll either love him, learn to love him, or straight up hate him, take your pick. If you do love Pee-wee, go over and click that like button. Help spread that Pee-wee awareness to others. Also helping me and the channel out a bunch, so I would greatly appreciate it. Studio Satellite are animating the show, the same studio that did Hellsing Ultimate Fairy Tail and Log Horizon, which had me somewhat on the optimistic side of anticipation for the show. After watching the first episode, I almost felt bad for being skeptical about the show because the animation quality is mostly solid. Probably not Zom 100 levels, but that can be said for all the decent anime this year and thereafter. But if the quality is so good, why aren't people talking about it? Aside from the crazy A-listers this season, the art style is unique. I'm not an expert, so I'm just going to say that it doesn't fit that meta shonen aesthetic. That's not to say it looks bad. It doesn't help that your main characters are a clean-shaven Hulkamania in a purple wig, a demon lolly and a chocobo variant, surrounded by winged monsters and demons, with the only common ground we have with them as the viewer is ironically the language they speak. With that being said, if you're a fantasy genre fan where you want to be taken on a gag-filled odyssey along with the main characters, then this was made for you. Do not sleep on this. Unless you're watching all the better shows, then fuck me, I guess. Subscribe and support black businesses. Roll safe.